News coming in from the United States of America amid the third-party fact-checking controversy coming in from Meta. Joe Biden has come out with a statement. There was a statement which was made by Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg with regards to the fact-checking controversy. Joe Biden says Meta's decision has been shameful. The decision to scrap the fact-checking team is very shameful. Statement coming in from Joe Biden after Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg said that Meta is now doing away with third-party fact-check. Big controversy brewing in the United States of America. Mark Zuckerberg, who's the CEO of Meta, has said that Meta is now doing away with third-party fact-check. And on this statement, it is Joe Biden who has now responded, and he is saying that Meta's decision is shameful. Decision to scrap the fact-checking team is very, very shameful. Mark Zuckerberg, in fact, not just said that Meta is doing away with third-party fact-check, he has also admitted that the platform X, the fact-checking that happens on X, is much better than the fact-checking that takes place in Meta. Not just this, he's also said that there was a lot of pressure on Meta with regards to information that was trickling in about the side effects of the COVID vaccine, and the pressure was put on Meta by the Joe Biden administration. Let's now listen to what Joe Biden has said.
Just completely contrary to everything America's about. We want to tell the truth. We haven't always done it as a nation, but we want to tell the truth. And the idea that, a billionaire can buy something and say, by the way, from this point on, we're not gonna fact check anything. And when you have millions of people going online, reading this stuff, it is, anyway, I think it's really shameful.
There's a controversy which is brewing in the United States of America just days before. The President-elect Donald Trump is set to take oath as the 47th President of the United States of America. Oath-taking ceremony will take place on the 20th of January. And now we are seeing one of the biggest platforms in the world, Meta, the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, pointing fingers at the Joe Biden administration. Mark Zuckerberg is saying that Meta was under pressure to remove posts about the vaccinations, the COVID vaccine, or the side effects of the COVID vaccines. And not just that, he's also said Meta has now decided that they will do away with the third-party fact-checking. On this statement, Joe Biden is saying this is not what America stands for, and this decision to scrap the fact-checking team is very shameful. My colleague Shashank Matru is now joining me on the story. Shashank, we are now seeing Joe Biden coming out and responding to what Mark Zuckerberg has said. But this is a big controversy that is brewing in the United States of America. And we will see the ramifications of this when the new president, the President-elect Donald Trump, will take oath on the 20th of January.
You're absolutely right. I think that this is not the first time that Mark Zuckerberg has said that U.S. government agencies under Joe Biden have taken fact-check policies a little too far, have indulged in something looking like censorship. For example, he alleged before the 2024 elections that U.S. government agencies like the Federal Bureau of Investigation were putting out warnings about election disinformation and interference by foreign countries like Russia. That led platforms like Meta to indulge in a little too much fact-checking, perhaps even censorship. So this was an accusation that he has made before as well, but now coming, of course, on the Joe Rogan podcast, a podcast with a large following, to make these accusations against the Biden administration. So now Joe Biden has reached out and has responded and called this shameful. He's not alone in this, by the way. The International Union of Fact Checkers, which is, of course, a global network, has also pointed out that if if Meta dilutes its fact-checking operations in over 100 countries, and that could potentially lead to more violence, more fake news, etc. There is a history to this in particular countries, particularly in Asia as well, of fake news spreading and therefore leading to real-world violence, which is why these requirements were put into the first place. There is a real-world ramification, you're right, not just in America, but around the world.
Thank you, Shashank, for giving us those details, something that could have ramifications globally. A statement coming in from Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, and saying that we are doing away with third-party fact-checkers.